Hey, hello everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to the top 3 swing trade stocks for this coming week, alright? The overall market last week was a little bit rocky, alright? I would say in certain sectors, pretty red, alright? A lot of the companies, the swing trade stocks that are very, very popular, as well as the meme companies, right? The very high-flying, momentum type-driven stocks have been really beaten down, especially those China stocks like DQ and stuff. Okay, some of them we have some pretty good successes like DQ. We managed to take profit on the big pop, then it popped again to $92, which was insane. But I didn't manage to get that because my profit taking area was around $80 and I took profits there. But it quickly reversed back down again. So this is how important risk management is, and this is what one of the biggest thing about this channel is about. We talk about the very real issues, not just about the gains, about the picks. Okay, it's about risk management, position sizing, as well as a lot about the trade psychology behind making a trade. Alright, so if you like this kind of content, alright, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Alright, if you like the video, alright, drop the like later after you watch my content. Alright, so last week was pretty rocky, but overall the indexes and everything you can see that it's recovered back to the all-time highs. So for this week, just a little bit of caution. Alright, if you are playing stocks that are in the bigger indices, alright, the bigger companies, the bigger cap companies, right, this is a turning point week where the market has a high chance of a pullback. Otherwise, if it consolidates near the top, then it could mean a big leg breaking past the resistance level to the next area of resistance or to all-time highs. So last week, alright, let's do a quick update, alright. So last week we have EXPL, last week's picks, okay. So it was a good trade overall. This was up 20+%. I personally got around 20% profit for EXPL in the midst of all this quite choppy markets last week. So again, it was a pretty straight line up. I'm very pleased with this pick itself. Second stock last week was HIMX. This company, I'm currently still holding this company, okay. I entered around the lows around here. As I said in last week's video, I really mentioned that we want to wait for the market to come to us at around $13.40, which I entered, and my stop loss is below that, so I'm still holding at a small little loss for HIMX. Then RVLV, okay, this is a good win for us as well. I entered around here. Right now I'm around 8% up. I'm still holding this company because it has still a little bit more upside to go. If you look at the 1 month chart, the highs is around $71, $72. Alright, if you look at this, that's where I'll personally take most of my profits then. So that was the update for last week's picks. And now, with all of us a little bit more hyped up, alright, let us go to the top 3 swing trade stocks for this coming week. Okay, so this coming week, right, I like to talk a little bit more about the LAT format, which I will apply this trading plan for those of you who are new to this, right, my new subscribers, new viewers, right. This is the format that I use to explain how am I taking my swing trades, what's the rationale behind it. So again, if you like this kind of content where it's very structured, all right, we don't just anyhow spew random like content, random stocks that have no basis behind them, all right, then maybe this is something that you would like, and you are free to pause the video, take a screenshot, okay, modify this trading plan to however your own liking. But however, the main purpose here is that you want to have a trading plan before going to any given trade, because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? This is a very normal and very common phrase right there, and it's quite true for a reason. Because if you do not plan, okay, then you risk having a profits taking to a loss because you have no area you want to take your profits, and you just kind of wait until the longer you wait, the longer and higher the chance that your profits will actually reverse against you and you'll get stopped out instead. Alright, so first company I'm going to talk about, right, which I will go into very much detail. Then the second 2 companies, I want you to do your own homework as well as apply your trade plan yourself. First company I'm going to talk about is actually MP Materials, alright, and this company, right, I would like to say it's more of a wedge play, okay? And for my old subscribers, remember my earlier days in this channel, okay? More towards the start of the year, okay? We had some major wins, right? When the market was at its bull run, right? We played wedge plays a lot, and we got a lot of great profits, right? Like iRobot and a few of them, okay? But as the market changes, right, there's different market cycles that comes around according to seasonality and as well as a lot of things, right? As it comes around to the May and stuff, okay, it begins to become very choppy, and this kind of wedge plays I tend to play a little bit lesser, because this kind of plays tend to break to the downside because of this very choppy market. It's a very hard to navigate on this wedge plays itself. So I tend to play a more overreaction play as well as the reversal plays to capitalize on the very downtrending kind of market. Okay, more counter trend trades that I play. Okay, but right now I can see that before this area, this is one of the stocks that have more of a potential, right? I would say quite rarely I would see this kind of setup, which has a few points which I want to take note of. Okay, so the first point I want to talk about is, okay, so basically, right, it has already broken out of this 20 moving average, which is this yellow line over here. Okay, then recently it has broke down, okay, and it's come up again. And the main thing over here is it's currently forming a wedge pattern, right? So the wedge pattern you can see is over here. Okay, you can call this a wedge pattern, or you can call this a ascending triangle. Honestly, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of analogy to this, okay, but the main thing is, okay, it is consolidating, the wedge is forming upwards. Okay, so there's this certain line of resistance, right, around the $37 area, which it is currently struggling to clear. Always it pops up a little bit, then there's a lot of selling pressure, which sold this stock back down, up again, rejected. Okay, last week was a sell-off, which aided in this massive dip over here, but again it found some support near the $31 level, and it kind of goes up again. So this wedge plays, right, as long as it's consolidating near the top, all right, that is a very, very bullish factor, number one. Okay, number two, right, you want to see that it is at a clear resistance where it keeps touching, right? So a personal goal for myself, or a personal thing that I like to see in wedge plays, right, that break up to the upside on long stocks, is that it touches the top, okay, 3 times, at least 3 times, right? Then I'll start to take, a bit more notice of that, because after 3 times of touching the top, right, it's a triple top. That is, I would say, a very high chance, and I see in a lot of stocks, right, that you will tend to consolidate near the top and break to the upside. All right, so you have heard the term double top, right? Most of them think of double top as a very, very bad thing, because that means it has hit like a certain top, then it's going to reverse, right? But when it hits a third time, right, that means there's a lot of bias that keeps pushing this buying pressure up to this further upside, right? There's a lot of buying pressure right here. Whenever it sells back down again, there's a lot of buying pressure pushing it back down again. And this buying pressure will consolidate, all right? And finally, when the sellers think that, the short sellers think, okay, this is a bit dangerous, right? Because it's consolidating in the top, they might sell their positions, take their profits, whatever, from those people who actually short sold over here, 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 and here. Okay, that is where, it will actually further buying pressure to break to the upside. So a triple top is what I like to look for personally. So you can look over here. Let me just draw a list for you guys. Okay, so this is 1 top, okay, 2 top, 3 top, and right now it's going for the 4th one. And if it manages to consolidate near the top over here, all right, this is where I can see a lot of potential for it to break to the further upside. Okay, so let me reference it to my stochastic trading plan. Okay, long-term trend right now for this company, let me take a look. Okay, it is in I would say in an uptrend. Okay, still in an uptrend per se, but not a very strong uptrend, but still in an uptrend, because right now it's above the 50 moving average and slightly above the 100 moving average. So as long as it's above the 50 and 100, I will consider it to be more of an uptrend, right? So this, we can take a more aggressive approach in the long side, and we can increase our position sizing to the normal size. If it's a counter trend trade, then I'll actually reduce my position size a little bit more, to suit the current market conditions. So next, we look at the area of value. Area of value, it means where do we want to buy this stock at, right? So that we have a target area which we want to enter. Okay, we don't want to enter anywhere, because if you enter too high, okay, then there's not a lot of reward for us per se, because it's all about the RRR, the risk to reward ratio, right? So if we look at this, right, now let's take a look, all right? We can have our, let me draw a vertical line over here. Okay, so around here, right? Okay, so if you want to enter, that's why you want to enter around this area. Okay, so this is the area that you want to enter, near the bottom of the wedge over here. Okay, near the bottom of the wedge. Okay, if possible, near this area, which is around $32.08, will be a very, very strong area where it bounces and it goes up again. So there's 2 scenarios that will happen. I always talk about 2 scenarios that might happen when the market goes up or the market goes down. Okay, this is the first scenario. Okay, the first scenario is where next day the market, bam, goes to the downside over here, right? And it actually pulls back a little bit more to the $32 range area. So this is the first area of value that we want to buy. If the market drops on Monday, that's the plan. Okay, but Monday open, it manages to bam towards the further upside again, right? And let's undo a few things. Okay, so if it manages market open, okay, it manages to do something like this. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit more. Over here. Okay, market open, it manages to hit towards the further upside, right? Okay, then what we want to see is it goes down, gets rejected, and it consolidates near the top. Okay, and once you see this tight range where it's like touching the top and unwilling to get away, right? Okay, somewhat like this, it will look something like this. All right, let's take a look over this side, right? This is what we want to look at. Okay, but in this case, it actually failed, right? This consolidation actually failed, bam, to the downside. But this is in context that it actually broke down due to this very, very bullish news that happened somewhat, right? And it consolidated in the top and failed to clear to the further upside and goes down. So what I want to see is this kind of very tight range over here, which is probably gonna reflect over here. So when Monday open, if it consolidates near the top, then I want to take position somewhere around the $36 level, $35 level. Okay, it will be a good entry point, and that is the area of value if the scenario is the price open up on Monday and Tuesday. So next, we want to look at what? What I want to look at? We want to look at the trigger to enter. And what's our trigger to enter for MP? Okay, the trigger to enter definitely, okay, I actually kind of trigger to enter is kind of mixed in with area of value because I kind of explained it a little bit already. We want to look for a tight consolidation near the top, and once it draws down to the lower range or the upper band, okay, we want to take a position over here. Or if it dumps to the further downside, okay, we want to take a position near the area over here, okay, and see some sort of a bounce above this trend line, then we want to take a position, right, when it bounces off this trend line to validate this trend line. That is our trigger to enter. And lastly, right, okay, we want to see an exit strategy where we want to put our stop loss as well as our profit taking target. Okay, so stop loss if it drops to the further downside over here, right? Okay, so if it drops to the further downside somewhere around here, stop loss would be the previous swing low, which is around here, this swing low over here. Okay, so the stop loss I will put personally around, okay, personally I'll put the stop loss somewhere around here, this line over here, somewhere below this swing low and swing low around $30 and $30. $30 would be a good area to put my stop loss. Okay, profit taking target, right? Profit taking target would definitely be near the highs over here at $45. But however, okay, I want to tell you that although this is a profit taking target area, but listen properly, all right? So when you must give yourself a time frame as well, right? I want to add in something else, okay, time frame. So the market has market cycles. So again, the market will tend to pull back, okay, every single few days. So again, if you can't see yourself withstanding the pullback, you are a guy that is, you can't take seeing your profits, you know, go back to, you know, kind of like near your entry price before it rallying higher, then you might want to set a time frame for yourself. So maybe 3 days after you enter, you want to take your profits, all right, no matter where the target price is at. Because mind you that this distance from $37 to $44 is a quite significant amount, and sometimes in these choppy market conditions, it can take some time to, you know, reach that target price. You might even wait for 1 week or 2 weeks, all right. But if you are a very more impatient person, you'll kind of take this profit, okay, and move it to some other stocks for next week when I release my next video. Then you might want to, you know, sell out after around 3 or 4 days, a maximum, all right, to minimize the risk of, you know, the stock pulling back, okay, and you losing the so-called gains that you have already. So this is the second area you want to take profit at, all right? So stop loss, if the market goes to the top over here, would definitely be near the top of the range, somewhere around below this lower swing low, around $33 would be the second stop loss if, you know, the market rallies higher on Monday. All right, so that is it for the first company, which is MP, and I go through quite in detail, you know, how I, you know, this is what I actually do before I enter into any trade, all right? I analyze all these kind of things. I have all the numbers down, okay? You see, I managed to say all the numbers, like $44, $35. So all these numbers, you gotta, if you can't remember it all, you gotta really, you know, write it down on the paper somewhere, okay? Or best, just memorize it temporarily, right, for the week. Because if you're busy, you know, like I'm quite busy as well. So when I look at the market, sometimes it's the numbers are already in my brain, right? Or you can set alerts on your phone or whatever, okay, to tell you whether the price, you know, has reached to the upper band or lower band or a certain price, okay? Yahoo Finance, the app on your phone is pretty good as well, okay? I used to set price alerts. So again, when the price of the certain company that I'm looking at, for example, MP for next week, it goes up to a certain area, then that is where I want to, you know, my phone will kind of ting, all right? Alerts me, then I look at it, okay, then I'm going to take a position when I see the familiar numbers that I've already set during this weekend when I did my research. Okay, so again, you got to have these numbers in your mind, in your brain, all right, when you go for this coming week, all right? This is the minimum that you have to, you know. If not, the market will not care whether you're on your phone or not. Sometimes the opportunities will just, you know, miss itself if you're not attentive enough. All right, so that's for MP. Let me give you two other companies, right, that I think have very, very good potential for this coming week. Okay, so firstly, right, is IMAB. IMAB is a company that I talked about in previous week's video, and you can even see over here, right, okay, I have quite a bit of annotations over here. Jeez, okay, there's a lot of annotations, right? Stop loss, I talked about the bounce and everything. Okay, this is actually, I have talked about this in my financial blog, my Substack. Alright, so if you don't know what that is, there's a financial blog I have. I post about my trade recaps. I talk about things that I'm not able to cover on my videos because these videos take time to make. And I wish to pour more of my energy into picking the stocks, finding the best ones for you, as well as, doing some analysis here and there and upgrading my knowledge so that, to keep in time with the market. Because knowledge of the market changes all the time because the fundamentals are there, but the market condition changes all the time that you have to adapt to those market conditions. So again, I spend most of my time doing my analysis and everything. So again, if you want to look at those informational kind of video or informational kind of article, you can go over to my Substack, link in the description below. Okay, so let me just clear everything because it looks freaking messy. So let me just clear everything. Oh, okay, it's all gone now. So IMAB, right, is a company that is trading in a certain range over here. You can see it's pretty clear. This range, the upper band is somewhere around here, around the $83 level, and the lower band's around the $70 level over here. So $70 to $82 represents a significant upside. So right now it's trading near the bottom over here. It spiked out, the Bollinger Band comes in again. Okay, and this area I would say, if it manages to show more strength, come back up, okay, I would definitely, take a small position around here and average up as I go. Okay, stop loss below. Okay, again, taking consideration this kind of volatile market conditions, I will put it a little bit looser underneath both of these areas. Around the $69 level will be pretty okay, because considering the risk to reward, which is here compared to here to $82, I think that's pretty worth it. Okay, and again, if you want to have a certain time frame for yourself, example 3 days. 3 days for very short-term traders is a pretty good time frame itself. So again, you can enter at $73 on Monday. Okay, if pre-market doesn't dump or pre-market doesn't spike up too massively, okay, then after 3 days you can take your profits, right? If it goes against you or goes with you to your profit target. Okay, stop loss around $69. Profit taking area around $80 to $82 would be my own personal target. So this is more of a dip play. That means the market dipped, okay, in a range, then you want to buy the lower range, okay, sell the top, okay, buy at support, sell at resistance, okay, very classic. Okay, so this is one of another variations that you play. And a quick little thing, right? So you definitely would want to take into account market conditions. So again, as before you take your swing trades, take a look at the overall market conditions, whether it supports your swing trades or not. Okay, I'm actually going to release another video. I'm just currently editing it. I'm going to put a lot more effort into editing those kind of videos, the more educational ones, the evergreen ones. So be patient a little bit. I hope to release that video soon enough. Okay, and if you're liking this video so far, okay, be sure to smash the thumbs up button. All right, show some love. Okay, I'm thankful for all 1,000+ of you right here. Okay, and I hope to make more gains with you in the future. So last company I'm going to talk about is actually RRC, right? RRC is a company, okay, that is in the oil and gas industry. And oil and gas, if you look at the charts, right, we look at the overall sectors itself. Energy, right? Energy is completely obliterated, right? It's just disgusting. Okay, look at over here. Just been a huge downtrend, but again, you can see that around $46 level is a major area where a lot of institutions like to buy in. Okay, no matter how shit it is, they'll buy in around this area. So again, right now it's in a selling off mode. So again, as it goes near to $46, we might see a potential entry, right? If it pulls back a little bit more, and once it pulls back near to the $46 level, okay, that's where we want to take positions on our swing trades on oil industries, energy industries, to swing with the overall markets to the further upside. And RRC, Range Resources Corporation, is another one stock that is something like that. Okay, and this company, I'm playing it because there's this very beautiful hammer candle over here, which is supported by the 50 moving average, which is this purple line over here. Okay, and what I would do here, okay, I want you to follow again my stock estate trading plan. Okay, look at it again and apply this to that, but I'm going to give you a quick breakdown. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a position near right here, okay, near $15, right? When the overall market conditions coincide with my this trade itself. Okay, that's where I will take my position. Okay, my stop loss will be below this Bollinger Band, around $14. Okay, my profit taking area will be around $17.28. Okay, it's a pretty decent, alright, around 2.5 or 3 to 1 risk to reward ratio, and I think it's decent enough for me to take a trade as long as the overall market conditions manage to stay bullish and doesn't break below the support that I mentioned in the overall market conditions. conditions. All right, and that's it for the top 3 swing trade stocks for today, everyone. Okay, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and no, don't fret it. Okay, this market conditions are just like this, right? As it nears around the July, the August areas, okay, market tends to be even more choppier than usual. Okay, this is just seasonality, but again, if you have your precautions in place, your risk management in place, your stop losses in place, all right, your prudent exit strategy in place, all right, you will be doing fine. No worries about that. All right, I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. All right, stock and stay down.